Hello and welcome to The Reasons I'm Broke, number 76. I'm Kelli.
And I'm Daniel.
And for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. This is a podcast where we talk about comic books, video games, movies, the things that make us broke throughout the week.
And this episode has been brought to you by MegaCon. You can get your tickets at megaconvention.com. It is Central Florida's biggest comic book, anime, TV show, movie convention that you'll find.
The dates are March 21st through the 23rd. It's held at the Orlando Convention Center, and it is definitely worth any money you're going to spend on these tickets.
It is our favorite convention that we have ever been to, and we look forward to it every year. Always go for the weekend. Never get tired of it.
For all you new listeners, the way we kind of format the shows, we start out with some news. This can range from video games, movies, television, pretty much the things that interest us. And then after that, we go into comics and we talk about the things that were on our poll list for the week.
Yeah, you're not going to find a whole lot of indie books or Marvel books, but if you're into DC Comics or really Batman, you're going to love the podcast. If you're listening, you're already a broquette. So welcome, brand new broquette.
And I just like to point out that everyone is a Batman fan.
Yes.
Don't even just be... If you're into Batman, no. Everyone is into Batman.
Even the biggest Marvel fan, deep down, they just so wish that Batman was a Marvel character. I hate DC, except for Batman. I wish Marvel was...
Now, I am going to say I kind of wish that Batman was a Marvel character, only for the fact that then Disney would have rights to him, and maybe there'd be a Gotham City Park. I could dream there'd be a Gotham City Park.
Six Flags hasn't done it, and they have the Batman and DC characters.
Yeah, but Six Flags is so far away.
It's not very safe either.
But with that, we're actually going to jump into our news, guys. First up, some pretty crazy stuff from Kickstarter. Kickstarter has actually been hacked, so change your passwords, guys. Kickstarter's CEO, Yancey Strickler, responded with, "We're incredibly sorry that this happened. We set a very high bar for how we serve our community, and this incident is frustrating and upsetting."
It's pretty insane. It just goes to show that, I mean, not that this was like the top security thing, but any website at any time can be hacked by anyone. Anyone with enough computer skill can hack. I mean, you have the U.S. government sites getting hacked all the time. So people that get upset at Kickstarter, it's like anyone can. This could happen. It's like the Target thing with the credit cards.
Has nobody watched House of Cards? There are people with computer knowledge who hack things.
So for the Kickstarter, do change your passwords. According to them, no credit card information was taken. Most of the time, I'm like, that's not true. The credit card information probably was taken. But the only reason I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt is they actually work through Amazon to get their Kickstarter payments. So you have to go through Amazon, which is like another step that you actually have to take to try to get someone's information. Whereas on Kickstarter, the most they have is like profiles, and maybe they can back some projects in your name.
Does Kickstarter work through PayPal?
It works through Amazon, actually.
Okay, so you can't use your PayPal on there. Now, I will point out, I learned this the other day. I was kind of surprised that I should have known this and I didn't. Credit cards are actually more secure than debit cards.
Why is that?
Because if you use a debit, they go directly into your account. If you use a credit, you can fight it and get the money back.
Well, there you go. That's
now
why
you know.
A lot of people are
going
with credit.
That should be our theme song. We should have a segment. Little bit of knowledge.
But yeah, change your passwords just in case on Kickstarter.com. I don't think there's anything to be worried about. I've been backing projects since like it got hacked. Like, whatever.
Take more of my money.
Still want my free stickers and useless crap.
I need that DVD. But Dan, you just lost $500. But I got my DVD.
It's now a Blu-ray because we reached the stretch goal. Good job being Puppy Cat. Movie news for this week. Space Jam 2 just got announced today. No release date yet, but it will star LeBron James.
Oh, Space Jam.
Space Jam 2. It is going to bank.
It will, because people like us are going to be like, let's go see it for bad movie night.
Not only that, but I guess the nostalgia, it's old enough now where people call it nostalgic. One of my friends on Facebook, he was actually going on and on about this, like, why the fuck did they pick LeBron? Why didn't they go with Michael Jordan? He can still fake playing basketball. He could probably still beat LeBron today playing basketball. That's what he kept going on and around. He said, instead of making this Space Jam 2 movie, you should be focusing on making another JLA lead-up film. And I was like, honestly, if I were WB, I would make Space Jam 2 as well, because this is going to make a ton of money, and that's what the movie studios want to do.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to see it. I'll agree with that. Yeah. But we need more Batman. I will say, Michael Jordan will make a cameo in it, though. I'm calling it now.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to make a cameo in it.
Of course.
He'll probably be wearing Hanes, too, so... Be prepared for that.
How little I know about basketball, I'm like, LeBron who?
LeBron?
A French basketball player. That's pretty cool. LeBron. More exciting news, though. Even bigger than Space Jam 2, believe it or not.
The Lego Movie sequel has been given a release date, May 26, 2017.
Boom. It made more than enough money to warrant a sequel. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that the Lego Movie got greenlit for the Lego Movie 2, whatever they end up calling it. We said they'd be morons if they didn't put Batman in it.
It's going to be the Lego Movie 2, Batman's Journey. And it's just going to be Batman.
Why don't they just call it Lego Batman, Lego Movie 2?
Well, because there was already a Lego Batman movie, so they can't do that.
Lego Batman 2, the Lego Movie 2.
No, that's too much of a mouthful. It needs to be like the Lego Movie 2, hell yes, Batman's in it.
That should be a hashtag trend right now.
What, hell yes, Batman's in it?
Hell yes, Batman's in it. The Lego Movie 2.
I'm super excited for this. Super excited.
3 years from now.
Except, it's not the same director.
Not the same director, not the same writer. I still don't know why they do that.
I don't know. Because they did such a good job with the last one. Because it was stuff for adults and for kids. And awesome.
Yeah, but we'll still be there as long as Batman's in it. Which, he better be.
He better be in it.
And that'll actually, can you believe it? That'll be a year after the Superman Batman movie.
That's so cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So
we're going to be really old by then.
Yeah, we'll still be talking to you brokettes. Calling it now, 3 years from now. We'll still be doing... We probably won't still be... But we'll still be doing this. I'm
going to be almost 30 when that movie comes out.
Halfway to 60. Think about it.
You're going to be almost 30 when that movie comes out.
Yeah, we're already old.
Oh, man. I need some wrinkle cream.
I want the 40-year-old brokettes right now to be like, oh, fuck you guys. I'll be halfway to 100.
I want the 60-year-old brokettes to be like, you guys can pee without stopping, so just shut up.
Yes, that is a struggle you will face in the future.
It's true. That's why you need to go to the doctor, Danny. I keep telling you.
Don't just find something wrong with me.
You need to go to the doctor and get everything checked out.
All I need is Lego Movie 2, and I'll be good.
That's all you need?
That's all I need.
That's gonna, save your prostate? I don't understand.
But this is great. Some people were saying that it's way too far away, 2017.
No.
You got to give this movie some time to be made. They want to make sure it's great.
They probably have to write it.
The animation isn't done from one day to the next, especially that kind of animation. Who knows how long the Lego Movie was in the works for.
Agreed, but very excited. We'll keep you guys updated as we find out more.
Next movie news, the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer was released. I believe it was exclusively on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and then it finally went up all over the internet. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, initial thoughts. Do you want to start with you, or should we...
Let's start with me because I am confused.
What is Kelli confused about?
Well, lots of things, but specifically pertaining to Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right.
I don't follow Marvel. I don't know anything about these characters. But they're fugitives who save the galaxy?
I think we don't read any Guardians of the Galaxy. And right now, the people that saw the trailer that do read Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be going, well, I read the books. I know most people don't. I know what this was about. And that's great. That's awesome. Good for you. Because
we do that with Batman.
We do that with Batman, exactly. But for me, what I got out of it, I don't know if this is what the comic is, but it's going to be a bunch of misfits that somehow end up saving the galaxy, and all their record, whatever dirty record they have, goes away by the end because they saved the galaxy. I think it's one of those misfit movies that they're going to be doing, that kind of teamwork.
Does Dean Cain end up with Miss Martian?
That's not Dean Cain, and that's not Miss Martian. Although I did see the tree from Lord of the Rings in there.
They were both of those people. Yes, he was in there. And the raccoon?
Yeah, the raccoon.
Sly Cooper?
That's going to be...
Is that who that is?
The raccoon is the character that's going to get all the kids to come to the theater because they want to see that badass raccoon.
I want the raccoon to end up with Miss Martian.
Oh, there you go.
That would just be perfect.
The most I know about Rocket Raccoon is playing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He was an okay character, but what's funny about that game is that Marvel didn't want them to use like the bigger characters, so they're like, you can use Ghost Rider, you can use Rocket Raccoon, and now Rocket Raccoon's actually becoming, after this movie, it's gonna blow up. I've always liked Rocket Raccoon. It's gonna be just like the Hulk in the Avengers.
I want to be like, I always like Sly Cooper. I always like Miss Martian.
Always liked Fox McCloud. I always liked
Dean Cain did a great job.
He
looks like Dean Cain.
The main guy?
Yes, he looks like Dean Cain.
Star-Lord.
Dean Cain.
So Dean Cain's going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Good. Called it right now.
What'd you think of the trailer?
I thought it was okay. To me, it seems like they're making a movie that's mostly just going to be humorous stuff. And that's what they presented in the trailer. And good for them if that's... I think the trailer will appeal to a lot of the masses, because they're going to be like, oh, it's kind of comic books. I see Marvel, I liked Iron Man and all that stuff, and it seems really funny. One
of my coworkers, Alex, who you'll hear in a couple of weeks during MegaCon weekend when we do the special podcast, he said that it was a little too humorous, that he felt like they were marketing it as more of a comedy than anything else. I definitely agreed with him in that they probably showed most of the funny parts in the trailer, so when the movie comes about, it's going to be one of those moments where you're like, yeah, I saw this in the trailer a million times, yet everyone still laughs. I hate when that happens, but...
we did that with the Lego movie, Dan.
We did, and thankfully they kept the funny Batman parts out of the trailers. Like, you thought those were funny Batman parts? No, you watched the movie, there's some funny shit happening.
Oh, that YouTube video.
But I felt like the trailer was good. I felt like it marketed itself really well for the audience that knows nothing of these characters, which is going to be most of the people watching this. And it did an introduction of each character, what their crime was, and what they're actually trying to do, which was save the galaxy or, I guess, escape whatever is coming after them.
Agreed, yeah. Are we going to see it? I don't know.
We might check it out. I don't know. I probably won't see it opening weekend. I'll wait for some reviews. Longtime listeners know that Captain America was my favorite of the Marvel movies. I liked The Incredible Hulk as well, but the rest of the Marvel movies I really didn't care for. So, I mean, we'll see. I'll wait for some reviews.
Wait till it gets to the Dollar Theater.
Yep.
Dollar Tuesdays. Seats smell like pee, though.
Oh, well, that's why it's $1. On to some video game news.
Little Mac and Diddy Kong are the latest fighters to join the Super Smash Bros. Roster.
It's a Super Smash Bros. Game for the Wii U and the 3DS. Little Mac was announced during the latest Nintendo Direct from last week. One of the characters that, if you go to any Super Smash Bros. Forum, it is one of the characters that most people want in the game. Right underneath Geno from Super Mario All-Star RPG or whatever, Super Mario RPG. And Little Mac, people really want it in there. Seems to fit just fine. He's a fighter. And from the trailer, he looks like a really fun character to use. He's quick. He can take a couple of hits. He has a little meter that when you fill it up, it's pretty much like a final smash. He turns into a bigger version of himself, and he can knock you off the screen in a couple of hits.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's a great pick. People have been asking for it. It's just one of those things where they're trying to please the fans with a couple of the characters that they put in there. And of course, Diddy Kong, who was in the last Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers Brawl, that's where he made his debut. Originally, they were supposed to put him in Melee. He was one of the characters that had his code in the video game for the GameCube. Ran out of time, ran out of money, whatever. So they put him over in Brawl.
Run out of money, Dan. Really?
These things have budgets. All right, yeah, maybe not Smash Brothers.
No budgets.
Smash Brothers has no budget. Unlimited budget. But Diddy Kong will return in Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I've seen some comments already like, oh, great announcement, guys. Like, we didn't know he would be in it. It's like, Diddy Kong is someone's favorite character. So I'm sure plenty of people are happy. Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing was pretty cool, though. Let's go back to that.
More characters to beat up in Smash Brothers. More characters to put to level 9 and just brush off. Because honestly, bro, cats, you challenged me at Smash Brothers. I don't know. I went undefeated the last time I played the N64 one.
Against his little sister.
I was at a video game bar, for the record. I don't know why they let my little sister in there. But I do want to give a shout out to the staff over at the Arcade Archives. It is a video game entertainment website that features one of my new favorite webcomics, Tales from the Grid. It's a very well illustrated and so far very funny webcomic. If you're a gamer in any sense of the word, check them out at arcadearchives.wordpress.com. If you follow us on Twitter at Reasons I'm Broke, or on Facebook, if you search The Reasons I'm Broke, you'll see I put up the latest comic strip, which is a Pac-Man one. You have to check it out. It's very funny. Once again, the website is arcadearchives.wordpress.com.
Now we're going to move into some comic book news. The May DC comic solicitations have been shown. We wanted to highlight some of the books and collectibles that caught our attention.
I love this time of the month when
it's
we're
like
just
Christmas for you.
Every time news are out, and they always release it little by little. Like, here are the trades, here's the collectibles. It's like, I want to see the monthlies. Come on, let's go. And then I'm refreshing, like, they'll be up at 5. I'm like, damn it. So they're finally released. This is what we're going to see in the previous catalog this coming week.
Mm-hmm. First up, Batman and Robin trade paperbacks, Volume 3, Death of the Family.
This is the one where Batman is dealing with Damian's death.
No! Who wants to read that again? You want me to be depressed?
I'll read that again because that was some awesome storytelling.
I remember walking through a haze a few days because I was so sad.
Second best comic DC is publishing, Batman and Robin. Now you can get the trade. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 will be out by the time May comes around, and you can check them all out. You have to read it. If you are not reading Batman and Robin and you're a fan of Batman, which we determined everyone is, you should be reading this.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. It was very, very good, but very, very sad. Have a box of tissues. It's like the equivalent of when you're trying to think. A really sad anime. You know how they make those super sad?
I didn't watch much anime.
Oh, man. I had this one series I watched, Fushigi Yugi. Anybody out there watch that? You should. I think I cried through like 4 DVDs. DVDs, Dan. Not episodes. DVDs. It got to the point where I couldn't even finish the last one because I couldn't not cry when I thought about it.
That's how sad Batman
and
Robin is.
That is how sad Batman and Robin is.
So we'll be picking up the third volume. We've got 1 and 2, so we can flip through it and read it at any time without having to dig through our comic book box and bringing out each individual issue to read.
There's a lot of comic books.
It is a lot of comics. Next one I'm really excited for, and I love that they put them together, and it's finally out in softcover because it is much cheaper than the hardcover. Before Watchmen, Minutemen / Silk Spectre trade paperback.
This took them forever to come out.
It was quite a bit, but they paired up our 2 favorite Before Watchmen books in one. Like, it couldn't have worked out better. They're both by Darwin Cook with art by Amanda Connor on the Silk Spectre book.
This is great, man. I can't wait for those. Those both told phenomenal stories that just completed themselves so well. Mm-hmm. Drew you in, and I think they really added to the actual Watchmen book.
Yeah, the art in these were great. The Minutemen especially, you have tons of information to digest. If you've read Watchmen or seen the movie, because it's a very faithful adaptation to the book, you'll appreciate the Before Watchmen books. We were both happy that they went with them. I know a lot of people were saying that this was kind of like in this respect of Watchmen because it should stand on its own, but we concluded that it doesn't affect Watchmen at all. Like, it's still there, you can still enjoy it, you don't have to read the Before Watchmen books, and lo and behold, a lot of these stories were really good. We also liked the Dr. Manhattan and the Ozymandias books. Yeah, those were good, but the Comedian was not. That was not good at all. Don't pick up the Comedian. But that was just our favorite one, Minutemen and Silk Spectre trade, but they are actually coming out with the rest of them as well in the same month. Also, a new statue that I am so excited for. Batman Black and White, Harley Quinn, 2nd edition. The first one sold so well, they're bringing this one out again. It's going to have different coloring to it. It's going to be a little bit lighter, but in case you missed out on the first Harley Quinn Batman Black and White statue based on Bruce Timm's design, you have another chance to get this one. This one's going to be in this week's solicitations. Buy it. Buy it now. In fact, buy me another one. It's going to be, I think, $90. Worth it. Underpriced. Worth it. Damn, they'll raise the prices. Nope, it is a perfect price. I would pay $120 for this statue. Easy. So you have another chance to get it if you missed out on the first wave, which is probably going to be sold out by the time the statue comes around. The same thing happened with the Bombshell. A couple of comic book stores didn't order enough because at the last moment, customers suddenly decided, hey, this shit's coming out.
One thing I will say about these Batman black and whites, specifically the Bruce Timm ones, these things go up in price so fast. We missed out on the Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, the
Bruce
season
Timm.
4 one.
And so I said, let's go on eBay and see what somebody was selling it for. $400 was the cheapest one that I could find.
It's crazy.
So, hey, grab it and resell it. But then you'll grab it and then you won't want to resell it. And then you can just send it to me.
The next one, we can finally move into the comics for the May Solicitations. 4 of the books here we wanted to bring some attention to. The New 52 Future's End. This is going to be numbers 1 through 4. The writers are Keith Giffen, Dan Jurgens, Brian Azzarello, and Jeff Lemire. This is another weekly, which we're shit. Like we don't want to pick up the weeklies.
I don't make that much a week.
Sorry, but this is actually what puts Batman Beyond into main DC Comics continuity.
Well, now we have to get it.
We might have to get a couple of those, yeah.
There's only 4 of them.
In the month, so it's a week.
Damn it.
Yeah. There's 4 weeks in May and 1 per week.
Is there going to be a trade?
Eventually, yeah.
We'll get the trade.
I'm definitely checking out the trade, especially for Batman Eternal, because I do want to read that story. I can't afford to buy every single week the comic book. But we are getting the
Dustin Wynn
issue, and for the New 52 Future's End, I'm sure there's going to be an artist in there that I'm going to have to get. Most likely Guillaume March, or even Dustin
Wynn. Or Jay Lee.
Or Jay Lee. We like Jay Lee. So that's another book if you're into Batman Beyond and you want to catch the book that puts Batman Beyond into main DC continuity. It's called The New 52 Future's End, debuting in May.
Also, Justice League number 31 will be coming out in May. This will feature a new Power Ring.
If you remember Forever Evil, if you read it, Power Ring, spoiler alert, is no more at the hands of Sinestro. Didn't even have to get naked for it.
I'll chop off your arm.
Now I'm going to go talk to Batman.
Well, then Power Ring's like, oh, I'm free. And he's like, free from life. Fucking killed that guy.
So if you paid attention to the ring, it said finding a new host, and it flies off. Well, it finds a new Power Ring. I read an interview with Jeff Johns, who says that this new Power Ring, she's already made her debut in the final issue of his Green Lantern run. It's the Green Lantern that Simon Baz will be training. Because he figures, I'm used to people not liking me. I'm used to people discriminating against me. And right now, people don't believe in you. They don't think that you can control the Power Ring. Because the Power Ring is not a gift. It's actually a curse. So that's what he's going to help her through. And I think that's awesome. I think you can write some really good stories with that. And with her, I guess, official debut in Justice League number 31, it's going to be an interesting story.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be great. I can't wait. I miss Simon Baz.
Me too. Like, I thought he was a good character.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
I liked when his tattoo glowed, like the writing.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I like how he was like, yeah, I stole this car. What about it?
Now I'm going to fight the Justice League and lose.
Well, yeah, you fight Batman, you always lose.
Always lose, kids. Never fight Batman.
No, just lay down.
Just accept it.
Be like Bobby's cat and just...
Yeah, just lay down. Over. Batman and Frankenstein number 31. This is actually a part of the Batman and Robin book. It's titled The Hunt for Robin Continues. If you remember, Ra's al Ghul took the bodies of Talia and Damian, and Batman is, of course, pissed off. He runs into Aquaman, eventually runs into Wonder Woman. Now it looks like he teams up with Frankenstein to try to get Robin's body back. I can't wait for Damian to return.
You're just counting down the days.
Like, people are like, it's just been a year, and I'm like, oh God, it's been a year. I need Damian.
A whole year without Damian. Well, that's what you have Little Gotham for.
Yeah, Little Gotham kept him alive, but that's going away.
No.
One more issue.
No, Dan. Little Gotham lives on.
Lives on in future trades. What do you think about The Hunt for Robin?
I am excited for it. I think it'll be written well. I hope they never find Talia's body.
No, he's got to revive both. He's going to revive Talia with love, and he's going to revive Damian with
how it works.
The Lazarus Pit or something.
No, that's not, or something.
I don't know if they'll go with Lazarus Pit again, because they already did that with the Red Hood.
Dan, Talia is dead. Just get used to it.
She'll be back.
No, she won't. She'll be dead forever.
Who's she the daughter of? The guy that dies all the time and comes back. Ra's al Ghul. Yes, it's Ra's. I don't care how Neil Adams, the co-creator of the character, says it. It's Ra's, because Batman the Animated Series said so.
Oh, okay, Dan. Talia's gonna stay dead forever.
She's not gonna stay dead. She's gonna come back.
No, she's
and
not.
So is Damien.
Damien will,
and they
yes.
can finally be the family.
They're not gonna be a family.
The Waynes and the Al Ghouls.
Dan, you're delusional.
I'm not delusional.
It's late. It's too late for babies to be awake.
I'm not a baby.
You are a baby.
Not a baby.
I'm pretty sure you still drink out of a bottle.
Don't drink out of a bottle.
And I'm pretty sure I need to mush up your applesauce.
A beer bottle, maybe. But the Gail Simone fans, though.
Finally, some sad news. The movement number 12 will be its final issue.
That'll be in May. And we do have a quote from Gail Simone via Tumblr. Mm-hmm. So we know the movement will be canceled with issue number 12. But Gail Simone does say, whenever a book is canceled, people often get mad at the publisher. It's understandable, but in this case, we received nothing but support from DC. They knew it was a dicey prospect, a book not set in Gotham or Metropolis, with no known heroes, and an unusual core theme. They knew it was a bit risky commercially, and they did it anyway. And they let us run out to 12 issues to finish it properly, when almost any other publisher would have cut it earlier on. This book was suffering. If the last issue was at number 244, I think, on the Diamond Orders. It was bad. Like, the highest that ever got was 71, which is great. But at 244, it's time to cut it. Wow. But it still sucks.
Yeah, it was. Gail tells great stories. They probably also kept it alive in respect to Gail. Like, oh shit, she's writing Batgirl, and that's doing really good.
Yeah, her fans are going to start bitching.
All of those feminists out there.
Something that I did want to talk about, though, on Twitter, and I did respond to this. I think they're running a blog. I think it's called Poison Ivy something. He or she was saying that any fans of the movement should dress up as the characters, go to every convention, show DC that you love these characters, write to DC. And I responded with, why don't you guys buy the book? Why don't you buy the book and spread the word about the book and try to get sales up on the book? Mm-hmm. Because you running around cosplaying and sending letters to DC does not convince them as much as moolah, money. That's what they care about. They care about the numbers. You want to try to push those sales as much as you can up until that final book. That is the best way to keep a book from getting canceled.
Agreed, definitely. You want to be really desperate, buy several copies.
If you like the book that much, absolutely.
But yeah, definitely that is the best way, and tell people about it, and here, have my copy, read it, see what you think, and then they're going to get hooked, and they're going to want to continue to read the story. I
don't see this book continuing, honestly. I think it's done.
Agreed.
And that's fine. I'm glad they do get 12 issues, way more than the Green Team did. Mm-hmm. You ended up liking the Green Team more. I ended up liking the movement more. And I am happy that they're going to somehow finish the story. She did say that she wants the characters to kind of have a home after the book. She imagines Burden would be on the Justice League Dark. Spread the characters out throughout the different teams. I think that'd be nice. I do like the characters. I felt like she really made us care about them, especially in that last issue. Mm-hmm. So
I agree. I will say this might actually be something good for the book too, because what would happen after Gail left it?
Yeah.
They've had a great run up to here. They've told a great story. This next arc, I think, is going to be really good. And then, yes, let's go ahead and end it on a high note. Maybe it'll become a cult classic.
Maybe. People still talk about her Secret Six book, even now. So I feel like the movement's going to be something very similar for Gail.
Good for women.
Good job, power. Women. Good job. Especially you, Kelli.
Doing something good with your life.
Support the movement. Some more characters for you to look up to, Kelli.
No, none of them are gingers.
Well, the author is. So really, they all have the
is she a natural
spirit
ginger?
Of the ginger.
Is she a natural ginger or is she a dyed ginger?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, actually it does.
Because I still saw her as a ginger until you said that. Now you're ruining it.
I'm sorry.
The illusion is gone.
Us natural gingers have it way harder.
Gotta stick together.
We're a mutation.
Not a lot of you.
There aren't.
This next story I loved. I love when Twitter fights happen, especially with big authors, because you're just sitting there reading it and it's all out in public and every single second is right there for you to read. You can't take it back. It's all there.
Dan Slott went off on Rich Johnson and the rest of the staff at BleedingCool.com. In a long tweet sent last Sunday, Dan said, "Please stop posting spoilers, especially the last pages of a book on the day they come out. It's terrible practice and makes it harder and harder for storytellers to deliver any kind of surprises to the readers. If you think anyone who worked on Batman number 28 appreciated what you did last Wednesday, you're 100% wrong. Period. There was absolutely no need to post that full-page scan of the end of their book before everyone in the U.S. market even had a chance to go to the store and pick up a physical copy."
Bam! Dan Slott laid it out there.
Boom! In your face.
Spiderweb right in their fucking faces. And it wasn't even his book, but it relates to his work.
Exactly.
Very interesting fight here because both sides are right and wrong about this. Now here's where you and I decide which way we're going to lean, and it's going to lead to the question of the week for brokettes out there. You can respond on Twitter at Reasons I'm Broke, or over Facebook. Just search The Reasons I'm Broke, find us there, like us, and you can respond to the question of the week, which will be coming up right after we discuss this here.
Okay, let's discuss it.
So Rich Johnson and the rest of the staff at BleedingCool.com, they put up an article the morning of last Wednesday when Batman number 28 came out. And they posted a scan of the last page of the book, which, if you read the book, you know that this is a pretty big spoiler. It's the return of a character that fans have been asking for quite some time. And we talked about it, I think, last week. I still don't know why people want this character. No idea. But this character is there. And they put it up with the warning, spoilers, Batman number 28 character revealed. You click on it, you have the page. If you read the book, you know about it. Problem is that this article went up when other comic shops in, let's say, California weren't open yet, and they couldn't even have a chance to read the book yet. And he said physical copies because you can get it digitally right at, Wednesday. But it went out there, and his problem was that bloggers then took that information and the scan and put it up on their website without spoilers. So because of their action, other people were taking that information and spoiling it for everyone else without the spoiler alert. The counter argument with Rich Johnson was, I'm not responsible for what other people do, just like you as the writer are not responsible for putting out that issue that I then spoil for someone else. So you're responsible for what I do. Those are the two sides of the argument.
Hey, they're both being babies about it. That response was essentially, "I know you are, but what am I?" That's what that response was.
Dan Slott also said, "You guys really don't need the clicks that bad. You're BleedingCool.com. Do you have to be the first one to break the story?" Counter argument being, that's how they got that big, by breaking, the story first.
See, this is a double-edged sword for me. Because for those of you who really know me, I typically flip to the last page of the book first.
Because you're a baby.
I like to know what's going to happen. Are they going to fall in love? Should I be wasting my time? Because if they're not going to fall in love, I don't care.
It's not about the ending, Kelly. It's about how you get there, the journey.
Yeah, and if the journey is great and then they don't fall in love, then they shouldn't have gone on the journey, Dan. And I didn't need to waste my time.
You are the Mass Effect people that got mad at the ending. That's who you are.
I'm sorry. It's just who I am. Just learn to accept me, Danny. So, I enjoy spoilers. Me as a person. I can understand why they wouldn't want their book spoiled. But at the same time, how many more people did they draw in because of that spoiler?
That's one thing he did say. He said that he can point out all the comments that said, "Oh wow, I didn't know this character was in this. I need to go buy the issue."
Yep.
I wonder if there are any people, though, that said, "Oh really, that's who's in it? Now I'm not going to buy it." I think that's less likely.
I think that's much less likely. Because
they weren't going to buy it anyway.
They either weren't going to buy it anyway, or they would have to really hate that character. Like, if I was, oh man, I'm excited to pick up this book, and then I get spoiled in the last page, and it's like, I don't know, The Creeper, that'd be the only time where I'd be like, now I'm not going to buy this book.
Or Constantine.
Yeah, if it's a character I didn't really care about, like, here's Lobo, I'd be like, I'm still going to pick up this book. Why not? It's been good up to this point. It's starting the new arc of something new. I'm going to pick it up and read it. I would have to hate that character to not pick it up.
So, Dan Slott, or the staff at Bleeding Cool, Rich Johnson, who put up the article.
I'm going to take a nap now. I'm gonna go with Bleeding Cool.
BleedingCool, your reasons.
Once again, I think that they sold more books by that story being put up than not. Really, they aren't responsible for what people do with the information.
Very true. I think in a perfect world, what Dan Slott said is right. They should not spoil the book. They should give it a chance to sell. They should also allow people to not have the book spoiled for them. Now, if you're like me, if I really don't want something spoiled, I avoid the internet. I avoid news sites that could potentially have
television.
the story. Oh, yeah. Just anything that could spoil the thing for me, I avoid it. And then I eventually play the game or watch the film or read the comic book and find out for myself. Awesome, great. I understand exactly what Dan Slott's talking about. It sucks. I hate that too. If I were the writer, that would be just really shitty. But at the end of the day, they have the right to spoil the book if they really want to. Thankfully, they do put the spoiler alert, but they are not responsible for what other bloggers are doing. Very, very true. I did like this little fight between the two.
You like fights between everybody.
I still think both sides are right, though. That's the thing. They're both right,
well, yeah,
but I more agree with the BleedingCool staff.
They are both correct. I can see both sides, but what they're fighting for is both of their livelihoods, is both of their jobs.
Mm-hmm. There's a journalist and an author.
Right. They're both fighting for what their job is. I mean, journalism is about breaking that story first, and writing is about surprising people at the end, essentially.
Making art.
Exactly.
Yeah, making good stories.
Exactly. So I can't fault either of them, but I'm gonna have to side with Bleeding Cool.
So here's where we hear from you, Brokettes. You can find us again on Twitter at ReasonsI'mBroke. Question of the week. Should sites like BleedingCool.com hold off on spoiling a book until everyone's had a chance to read it? Should they hold off for a day? Should they hold off for a couple of hours until every single comic shop, including on the west end of the U.S., has opened? Or should they give it a week? Should they not even wait at all? Can they break the story whenever they want to? With or without a spoiler alert, it's up to them. Let us know, once again, on Twitter, at ReasonsI'mBroke, or on Facebook, find us, The Reasons I'm Broke.
And that's going to wrap up our news for this week. Once again, this podcast is sponsored by MegaCon 2014. The dates are March 21st through the 23rd. You can pick up your tickets at megaconvention.com.
Yeah, right before we jump into comics, I do want to cover some more of what's coming up for MegaCon, Central Florida's largest comic book, movie, TV, anime convention. First up, the schedule for the gaming events is now up on the website, megaconvention.com. Video games will run in room S230 EFGH on Friday from noon to 10, Saturday 10 to 10 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Who's got that kind of time?
Gamers have that kind of time. They're hardcore.
Do they have jobs?
They came for the video games. That's the best part about MegaCon. If you're into video games, come check out the video game room. If you're into comics, you got all kinds of guests and all kinds of comics up for sale. Same with anime, tons of voice actors. They're all there.
I don't got that kind of time. I want that kind of time. Do they sell time at MegaCon?
If you're going to MegaCon, you bet you're going to find me in that video game room playing some Super Smash Bros. Melee. Fox, of course. Final Destination, no items. That's the way we play.
And you'll beat them all.
And we'll beat them all. Not because Fox is broken, because he is truly the best character in that game.
I didn't know about this one. You didn't tell me this one.
Oh, you know it's coming, though.
You didn't tell me this one. I'm so excited.
We were there last year.
I don't... Can I not share this so nobody else will be there but me?
No, we must let the Brokettes know so they can join us.
I do this because I love you. You sound like you were going to murder them all. They all need to join us, Kelli. The Robot Chicken Season 7 and DC Comics Special Number 2 sneak peek will be on Friday, March 21st. This will take place in room 310, C through H. The panel will end with a Q&A.
We really enjoyed last year's. It could. The DC Comics Special Number 2 focuses on the villains.
So excited. We're going to have some Lex Luthor in there, I'm sure.
Tons of Joker.
I'm sure
Harley
Bizarro.
Quinn. I hope this... Yeah, Bizarro would be cool.
They'd, make Bizarro a pimp or something, I'm sure. I love Robot Chicken.
It's definitely worth the panel. We went last year. We saw the sneak. Was it last year or the year before? We saw the sneak peek to the DC.
I think you went the year before. I don't remember going. I think I was babysitting.
They showed the DC special for the first one, and they answered a lot of really good questions. A sneak peek at the upcoming season. Most of the questions were kind of shitty again. Like, what is your favorite episode, guys?
Ugh. They don't want to answer stuff like that.
The one they answer every time. If you go on the internet,
them,
they probably...
what they had for lunch. How are they feeling today? Ask them important things.
Those are important things.
Definitely get to that panel early, guys. I think it filled up really fast last time. Weren't you standing room only by the time you got there? Standing room only,
yeah.
So, yeah, definitely get there early. Grab a good seat.
And in the coming weeks, as we lead up to MegaCon, we'll be covering some more of the panels, some newer guests as they pop up, or even some guests that may or may not have dropped out. But so far, it's a very solid lineup.
I need to give my MegaCon tip of the week, don't I?
Yeah.
I don't think I gave them that last week. Okay. Did I talk about money yet?
Sort of. We've been given some good money tips for MegaCon lately.
Okay, well, I'm gonna splurge this week, guys, because I'm feeling nice. I'm gonna give you 2 tips. First tip: pick your budget, withdraw that money, and then withdraw 100 more.
That is a good tip.
You will spend it, and then you'll wish you had more, so just withdraw more. I do this every year for Dan. Dan's like, I'm only going to spend this much. Okay, he withdraws his money. I go and withdraw an extra 100 or 200 from him, and then like the first day in, he's like, oh, I spent all my money. I'm like, here's some more money.
That does happen, and it will happen to you. If you're going on the weekend, on Friday, you're going to say, oh man, this looks great. But don't you want to look around some more? No, this is pretty awesome. I don't think I'll find something better than this. You buy it, and then you're like, oh shit, this is way better than that.
But see, that's a problem too, because you see something and you're like, this is really cool, but I'll hold off on it. And then you come back the next day and it's gone.
Like that Bulbasaur plush.
Like all 40... I told you like 14 times to buy that Bulbasaur plush.
I was haggling with the guy, and he wouldn't go down to whatever price I demanded.
Because he knew the next guy who was going to walk up would buy it at the full price.
Yeah, the next guy fucking bought it at $38 or whatever he wanted.
It was like $25.
Didn't I offer him 20? I was like, here's 20.
I think you offered him like 15.
I did not offer him 15.
Low. You went really low.
I was like, will you take 20? He's like, no. And I was like, damn it. I'll be back. He's going to offer. He's going to. And then I come back the next day. And
not even the next day. It was like an hour later and it was gone.
And it was fucking gone. He probably bought it himself to just fucking spite me.
He probably just like moved it down to another shelf.
I'm going to make him think. Don't you want to sell it, though? No, I'm going to make that asshole think that I sold it. Fuck him trying to make me sell it for 20.
Anything you see that's cool, though, guys, it'll be gone.
Good on him, by the way. Good on him.
So buy it up while you can.
Get your tickets early at meganconvention.com. You don't want to wait in that long line and buy your tickets.
And you save $10 on your tickets.
$10.
And you're going to use that to spend on other things in the convention.
Those $10 could be that comic book you wanted. Those $10 can be...
that t-shirt.
That plush.
That wig. They have really cool wigs there.
They do have wigs.
I need to buy a wig this year.
Buy a wig.
For my costume for next year.
Wigs at MegaCon 2014.
I need to start doing some sit-ups.
So that will do it for our news this week, and we can jump right into comics. We'll start off with Indie. We don't have any Marvel books this week, and then we'll end it with our DC pickups.
Mm-hmm. It's a very short week this week also. But first up, we have Red Sonja number 7. This one's written by Gail Simone with art by Walter Giovanni.
This is a jump on point. Number 7, Red Sonja. It begins the next arc, which is really interesting.
Yeah, really cool.
One king says, I will free all these slaves.
The Pharaoh. It's Egypt. Let's call him the Pharaoh.
I will free all these slaves if you can find me this list of artists, essentially.
He wants to throw a big-ass party, and he wants the best of the best to be there. So he wants the best chef, and the best musician, and the best... artist, all the best dancers, all these different kind of things. So he wants Sonja to go and find all these people for him. But she only has a month, because he's going to die in a month. I don't know how he knows he's going to die in a month, because they don't really have that kind of technology.
But it's comics.
But the Pharaoh knows he's going to die in a month.
So she has to find the 6 people in that month. And this first book, she finds the first one. Mm-hmm. But it's an adventure.
It's really cool. It's really creepy. There's cannibals and barbarians and crocodile men and some incest. Like,
there's all kinds of stuff in this issue.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Really good. It was one of 3 books that I was debating for pick of the week.
It was really good. And Sonja wants some. Like,
she does want some.
She really wants some.
Mm-hmm. That's how she was in the earlier titles too, though.
Yeah, she doesn't really care who she gets it from either.
No.
She's like, both. They just have to be limber.
That's what she did say. That was funny. So it's an excellent issue. Definitely jump on Red Sonja. It's been a really good series so far, which relates to the next pickup that we did have. Red Sonja, the trade, Volume 1. It's called Queen of Plagues. That also released this week.
That was a great arc.
That was a good arc.
That was amazing. Definitely pick that one up, guys, if you didn't. Even if you caught, like, most of the comics from the last one. Pick it up and read it from beginning to end in one sitting. It was amazing.
Very strong 6 issues.
Women power.
Good job, Gail. Gail Simone again. Next is Batman and Two-Face number 28. It's written by Peter J. Tomasi with art by Pat Gleason and Mick Gray.
This one is finishing up this arc of the Batman Two-Face, which, like we keep talking about, will lead directly into the search for Robin's body. That's what I'm going to call it.
Search for Damien, because Robin is somewhere being Nightwing.
Going, need to get my toenails done.
I hate you, Batman.
I need a pedicure.
But this is...
My legs waxed. Oh, this bikini wax hurts so much.
Oh, Robin. Dick Grayson, you will always be Robin. So Batman and Two-Face number 28. It is the one issue right before we jump into Batman and Aquaman, followed by Batman and Wonder Woman.
I am Batman and Frankenstein now.
Batman and Frankenstein, that's right. This one finishes off the Two-Face story, very reminiscent of The Dark Knight, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There is interaction between Gordon and Two-Face near the very end. Batman makes a great point that coins actually have 3 sides, not just 2. One of which is the edge of the coin, and that is a very strong plot point for this little ending.
Exactly. It was a great story. I was a little iffy about the story at first because we introduced the twins.
Right.
But I think they played a very important role. They fit into this new 52 origin of Two-Face very well. I don't think this is the last we've seen of her.
No, it's not.
Of Aaron, definitely not. And, oh my god, Two-Face knows who Batman is.
Spoiler alert. Jesus.
Well, then take that out.
Nope, too late.
No, I mean, he knows he's sexy.
Shocking ending as well to Batman and Two-Face. Very open-ended, but also...
I cried a little bit.
It was sad. It was good.
One tear go down the one side of my face, because
it's fitting.
Because it's very fitting.
Very symbolic of Kelly. Very good issue, though.
Good job, my tears, deciding to just go down one side.
Your tears, pick of the week. This was almost my pick of the week as well.
Almost mine, but
very close. Very close. We do
have
still recommend
the same pick of the week?
We might have the same one again. 3rd week in a row.
I'm gonna have to kill you now. We gotta stop this.
So Batman and Two-Face is great. If you want to pick up with the next one, which is Batman and Aquaman number 29, that's going to be the start of the next arc. That'll be the jumping on point.
Next is Batman Beyond Universe number 7, written by Kyle Higgins and Christos Gage, with art by Tony Silas.
If you remember, Batman Beyond Universe is the compilation of the 2 digital books, Batman Beyond and Justice League Beyond in one book, sometimes Superman Beyond. You
mean Superman Loves Batman Beyond?
Was there a Superman Loves Batman moment this week?
There's always a Superman Loves Batman moment.
Let's cover the Justice League Beyond first, because I feel like Batman Beyond was the better of the book.
Agreed. Justice League Beyond, we are still fighting Brainiac.
Who has taken over the world.
He's like, I'm gonna chill out here now. And
I'm gonna have my face on the earth. I don't know what that accomplished either. Like, my face is on the earth. He felt
cool. Okay, Dan, if you could put your face on the earth, would you?
Not if it wasted that much energy. Like, you think that didn't take up a lot of his fucking...
Really? Everyone who flew past this planet would see your face.
And point at it like, what an asshole.
No,
using all that energy.
Dan rules there. They would know. They would just know. Be like... He is so handsome that he had to use that much energy to make his face the planet.
The universe had to see.
He created mountains to form his perfect face. Come on, really?
All right. Fine, Brainiac.
Okay, and you know how much energy it's going to take them to undo that? Your face is going to be there forever.
So now he's a super asshole.
Even if you made it and then they defeated you, they can't take down mountains.
Well,
they can't stop volcanoes. You know how much more damage they would do by doing that?
Tons of damage.
Exactly. So your face is there forever. Anyway, I digress. Went down a rabbit hole. Sorry, guys. Brainiac took over the world. They're trying to stop him. They have their magicians. But then he starts using the nth metal.
Which, if you watch Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, you know that's why Hawkgirl is super effective against magic.
So he creates his robots out of nth metal, and now the magic people can't stop him?
That's right, they can't stop him. And now he's infused his robots with nth metal, and he's taken over magic people.
Good for him.
It's tough. It was really tough.
But there was a good love story in it.
Yeah, there was.
Which kind of came out of left field, but okay.
Yeah, like all these end of the world stories, and these two have to suddenly get together.
Well, good for them.
It's for the women readers like you, so they can have their love stories.
I love my love stories.
See, my love stories with Superman and Batman.
Well, yeah, Superman was thinking about Batman. You couldn't tell?
Did we have a Superman loves Batman moment?
I'm sure we did. Just play the song.
So what was the Superman loves Batman moment of this week?
Superman breathed and thought of Batman.
I don't know if that I don't know. Maybe I should not have played that song because I don't know if we have one.
I'm glad you played. There's always a Superman loves Batman moment.
This is your superpower. When did Superman? Okay, so he's working right now with Terry McGinnis on trying to stop Brainiac.
Oh, okay. No, boom, got it. Bam, done. Okay, so remember in the comic when they all meet on Easter Island or in London or England or they meet someplace?
Paradise Island.
No, before that. No, they don't meet at remember the other place in the middle when they first find the nth metal robot?
I don't remember exactly, but...
Okay, well, it was Stonehenge. Let's just call it... You don't remember Stonehenge in there? It was Stonehenge. Flash takes Warhawk there, and then Superman shows up later. And she's like, what took you so long? I've been here a whole minute before you, and I had to go pick up Batman. And then Superman says, well, I was checking out how the rest of the world was doing. No, he was checking up on Bruce.
Making sure Bruce was okay?
Yeah, he went to like peeking behind the bushes like, I hear his heartbeat.
It took him a whole minute?
Longer than a minute. She had been there a minute before him.
Maybe he was debating just staying with Bruce for that last moment.
He was. Like, this could be the last time I ever see his face. Probably. See, there you go, Superman. Game moment.
Superman loves Batman.
Told you.
Moment of the week.
Told you.
So now we can, so that Justice League Beyond, it was alright. Whatever. My pick of the week is actually Batman Beyond Universe number 7.
Damn it, Dan. You're dead now. Sorry. Everyone say goodbye to Dan. This is our last podcast together.
It was awesome.
It was.
Batman Beyond, Man-Bat, the whole story between Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. Kirk Langstrom's story is complete, and it's great.
Awesome.
Why is it great? What kind of villains do I like?
The ones you're sympathetic with.
The ones I feel for. Those make the good villains because you can see what they're doing right, but they're going about it the wrong way. Same thing with Kirk, and with the history with Bruce Wayne. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to give too much of this away? I already had pretty big spoilers earlier.
Yeah, some people are calling you BleedingCool right now.
I said I agreed with them. You're listening. Technically, this podcast is coming out like half a week after all these books do.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're listening to them. I would like to think they're listening to this podcast to catch up on what they didn't have time to read or didn't have the money to buy.
Whatever it is.
And they're like, no, Kelli, you're just a fucking jackass. I'm like,
They're like, I'm just here for the banter. I don't even like comics. So what was great about Batman Beyond? We said the Man-Bat story was awesome. What I liked the best, too, was... So Batfake is running around. He had teamed up with Robin, Dick Grayson. because he was mad at Batman because Batman kept some information from him because
Ooh.
Terry still hasn't learned that that's what Bruce Wayne does and it's for the greater good. He does it for a reason, not just to be an asshole. And at the very end of this little scene when they're both in the jail cell and they escape, spoiler alert, using like these headphones that Dick Grayson had given to Terry because Terry had previously lost his hearing. This device would help him hear. So at the right frequency, he's able to break the locks with this. He tells him, oh yeah, Dick Grayson gave these to me. And Bruce said, oh, so the device did make it over to you. And Terry's like, what do you mean? Bruce says, I gave those to Dick to give to you. But I'm sure he doesn't keep anything from you. I was like, damn.
He just ruined their relationship. They're going to go home and... I spoke to Bruce today. Oh, yeah?
What do you say?
Well, remember that thing that you said that you got me? Turns out he got it for me. But he's lied to you before. Like they got to get in a little fight like that.
Oh, that was so sweet, though, because it's like, Terry, you done fucked up again.
You don't mess with the Batman.
You haven't learned by now? You got to stick with Bruce. He's the guy that knows. The guy with the plan. You're going to go with the whiny little baby that's Dick Grayson? That's what you get. And now you look like an idiot.
I think my favorite part and what made it my pick was definitely the Man-Bat story. I felt that it was really powerful. And like one of the very last few panels with Man-Bat and Batman talking about just the amount of trust that Batman has in Man-Bat to do the right thing.
Because he's known him for so many years.
Was awesome. Awesome. So, very excited to see. I guess the next one's going to be the conclusion, probably.
Yeah, I hope
If I
not.
had to
I'm really
guess.
liking... But, I mean, Kyle Higgins has been doing a really good job ever since he jumped on to the Batman Beyond book.
Yeah.
If you know, he's been writing Nightwing. And I feel like he writes a better Batman Beyond than he does a Nightwing.
Because Nightwing's so whiny. It's difficult.
Now he's got two whiny characters to work with, Terry McGinnis and Robin.
Now, I will tell you this. If he puts Starfire into the Nightwing book, we have to pick it up again.
So they can fall in love?
So they can fall in love.
I doubt that'll happen.
Dan, just...
But this is our
Do
pick of
this
the
for
week
me.
for the week. Batman Beyond Universe number 7. Moving on to Harley Quinn number 3. It's written by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti with art by Chad Hardin.
This is my pass of the week.
Your pass of the week, really?
This is my pass of the week.
I actually don't have a pass of the week.
Well, aren't you just so amazing? I don't have a pass. I liked them all.
Good for you, Dan, liking comics.
They were all to my standards.
Okay, what was your problem with Harley Quinn number 3?
There were so many problems with Harley Quinn.
I think I'm going to debunk all of them with one simple sentence.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No,
No.
you go ahead.
I want to
and
hear
say-
you first.
No, I want to hear your sentence.
Because I want you to say, you're going to look really, really funny when I'm like, and this is why you're wrong.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. I felt that it was way too violent for Harley.
Way too violent?
Yeah. Harley, I mean, people getting ripped apart. Harley super not giving a shit.
And she didn't murder people when she was with the Joker?
Yeah, she sure did. But that was different.
Because it was in the animated series and they weren't allowed to show death?
No, because it's different when she's with the Joker.
Here's the thing about Harley Quinn number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it's been since the beginning of the series. It's an over-the-top, dark humor book.
But I don't feel like it's my Harley.
But that's what Harley is. She's funny, and this, this, believe it or not, is still light. Like, don't say this Harley Quinn book does not have a heavy plot. It's all about the adventures she gets in, and that's what this is, and that's what Harley Quinn is. Number one, she's a tool to the Joker. Sorry, hardcore Harley Quinn fans. I'm a Harley Quinn fan too, and I recognize that she is just a tool for the Joker.
Harley Quinn is best when she's with the Joker.
Of course, or with Batman, because that interaction is really good too. Or with Ivy, actually. I really like her with Ivy. That's what we really liked,
With
number
the sirens.
2. This was really funny. The plot is she takes this little blueberry that actually sends pheromones going all throughout her skin or whatever the smell is. And a bunch of people that she's running into want to follow her. And they're just so attracted to her. And it's supposed to be like the Valentine's Day issue or whatever. And they're so like infatuated with her that they want to... Eventually, she actually runs into criminals, murderers, that they want to kill her and eat her. And that's, because they're out of their fucking minds. Everyone else just wants to have sex with her or kiss her or whatever. So she has to defend herself against these criminals and these murderers, and that's where this adventure takes place, inside a hardware store where she has to defend herself from these guys. And it ends in a really funny way, and that's why I liked about the book.
I don't know. I love Harley so much, and this is my Harley Quinn in this little bubble, and I feel like it's outside that bubble, and it just rubs me the wrong way just a little bit. And the series is really hit and miss for me, because 0 I loved, 1 I didn't really like, 2 I really liked, and then now with 3 I'm just like,
well, that means again. 4 you'll like.
Maybe I just like the even numbers. I don't know, but and I get what they were trying to go with, and I understand the story, and that they were trying to make it light, but it's too much for me.
So you're saying Harley Quinn really can't support her own book?
I don't think so. I think Harley Quinn is best when she's with somebody. I think Harley Quinn is best when she's the one making light of the murdering and the evil that everybody else is doing. Harley Quinn by herself murdering, she can't make that light, because she's really the one driving that.
See, I thought that was light too, though. She comes out of this hardware store with dynamite, and she has like the weed whacker. It's kind of funny.
She weed whacked some guy's face off.
It was hilarious.
Didn't she like nail gunned people in the head and axed them in the head, and
it's like they said, it's Looney Tunes humor, because at one point one guy's skull comes out like after he got blown up, and it's like smoking and there's like nails in it. I laughed at that. It's very Looney Tunes. Now I see what they mean.
I didn't see it that way. I don't know.
All right. Well,
maybe I need to read it again.
This is where we disagree. With this issue.
I didn't like it. It's not my Harley.
We had our disagreement.
There we go.
So that was Harley Quinn number 3.
Next is Justice League number 28. It is a Forever Evil tie-in. It's written by Jeff Johns with art by Ivan Reis. This one I did like.
The Metal Men, their New 52 debut.
This was up there for my top this week as well.
Really good issue. A lot of good books this week.
I felt like they told a really good story. They introduced 5 brand new characters, Metal Men. Going into reading this, the only interaction with the Metal Men I had ever had was from the Batman Beyond that we read couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. It was before Batman Beyond universe started.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, these guys are so lame and retarded, and I was not looking forward to reading them in this book, because I really did not like them in Batman. I don't know why.
Didn't handle them as well.
They didn't. But you read them in these, and they're all, from the very first panel or 2 that you see them, they're all different people with different personalities, and you want to learn more about them, and you want to know where they're going to go, and you like them all from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the story with the creation of the Metal Men is all in here. This is their New 52 origin, and how it all ties in somehow to Cyborg and the Forever Evil events is actually pretty clever, because at this point Cyborg is by himself. He doesn't know, I guess he knows Batman's running around, but he's not connected with him. Especially without his body, he can't connect over to the computers that Batman's using. So he does need a team to take down the crime syndicate. And he thinks that the Metal Men are that team. And this story is about convincing the creator of the Metal Men that the Metal Men need to return. And that even though he suffered a great loss in creating them, that it is something that they were really meant to be. And this is what they were for.
Yeah, it was a great story. Told really, really well. I would almost consider this a picking up point too.
It is a good jumping on point, yeah.
So if you haven't been up to date on the Justice League and you want to have a good place to start in, definitely with number 28. You get a great origin story of these Metal Men, and I think in the next one we're going to see where they're going to go, and it's going to be great places.
Yeah, I can't wait to see if the Metal Men can actually go up against the crime syndicate.
Oh, they can.
And they will. Next, and the final book is Teen Titans Go number 2, written by Shawley Fish and Meryl Hagan, with art by George Corona and Lea Hernandez.
I love this book. I love the series. I love this show. I think it is so funny. Cracks me up.
You get 2 stories for the price of 1 in this one.
Yeah, first one is like America's Got Talent, but they call it Jump City's Got Talent or something silly, and they're all going to enter this talent contest because Starfire signed them up. And hilarity ensues.
Darkseid is the serious judge, the Simon
so
Cowell
great.
or whatever.
So great. Yeah, they get into a fight with the
Whatever that group
Legion
was.
of Doom.
Like the evil Titans. I like I said last week, I didn't really watch a lot of Teen Titans.
It's the Brain guy and some other two ladies and some other dude. And so instead of actually doing talents, they just fight. And then the Teen Titans win in the end. And you go to the one judge who's the nice one. He's like, that was really cool. Or, I don't know. He says something like, that was kind of, whatever. And then it's the nice judge. And she's like, that was really cool. But your moves weren't that original. And then you go for Darkseid, who's randomly there. And he goes, awful. Just awful.
Darkseid was the best part of that.
He was amazing. And then Raven, that was my favorite part of the story. Raven's like, oh, I'm going to sentence you all to hell. And they're all sitting in hell, and the other two judges are freaking out. And Darkseid's like, it's kind of homey. I like it.
It reminded me a lot of that Trigon story in the Teen Titans show with Darkseid, except he's the one that's light. And...
The Trigon one was great when he came out with his little sweater, and then they had like the little... clapping like it's a sitcom.
Even this one, Darkseid, had a little sweater, a little vest sweater.
Yes, for like one little scene.
It was great. The cover is by Dan Hipp, who we really like. Mm-hmm. He's done the character designs and backgrounds for the Teen Titans Go TV show. And I was following his blog before he got this gig, and now he's really big. And I'm really happy for him because I love his art style.
Yeah.
I'm constantly saving pictures on the computer that he drew, and now you get to see him do covers for Teen Titans Go as well as the TV show.
We need to talk about the second story, though, because that was my favorite.
The one with a sick Robin.
Yes. So Robin gets a virus. They have to go in and stop the virus. Mm-hmm. So Beast Boy decides he's going to go in, and he turns into a little amoeba and gets inside his body to stop it. And he's like, okay, so how do I stop this thing? And they're like, you'll think of something. Well, he turns into an animal.
An alligator.
Inside Robin's arm.
Completely breaks it.
Breaks his arm. So they're like, oh shit, now what are we going to do?
Even I was like, holy shit, that's kind of fucked up. I can't believe they drew that.
So they pretend. I love this story so much. They pretend that it's been years, and they change Robin into a Nightwing costume, and all the rest of them wear New 52 costumes. Cyborg got an afro, I don't know why. And Robin wakes up and they make him pretend, or they make him believe it's been years, and his arm's still healing, I guess, in years. So funny.
Like Beast Boy colored himself red. Yeah, it was all the New 52 versions.
Painted, Starfire wasn't.
No, she was like, yeah, she was. She was slightly more orange.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
But she didn't have that weird...
I don't think they could get away with it. They didn't really show her.
Bandages. She just wears bandages. I'm not...
Bikini running around all the time.
No, they did because Robin's like, oh, at least Starfire's not on a team with Speedy. And then she was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great. Hilarious.
Kind of related to the Teen Titans Go thing. Batman Low Gotham Volume 1.
You didn't say it right.
Lil Gotham.
Volume 1.
Released this week as well.
Yes. So excited. I haven't gotten a chance to read through it again.
But we picked it up.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll pick up Volume 2 when that comes out.
Yeah, and then we'll drive to Chicago and have Dustin Wynn sign them next month.
He will be at C2E2.
April.
C2E2, currently not the official convention of The Reasons I'm Broke. It is MegaCon. Mm-hmm. But Dustin Wynn will be at C2E2.
And Dustin Wynn better come to MegaCon.
Yeah.
Get on the phone, MegaCon.
Hey, just as good as C2E2, guys. Come on.
Better than C2E2.
Yeah, Dustin Wynn, if he ever came, you said you'd make him design your next tattoo?
Yes, absolutely. That's the only reason I haven't gotten another tattoo. Well, there's lots of reasons I haven't gotten another tattoo.
One of which, we're broke.
I'm broke. Exactly.
So that will do it for comics this week, as well as the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Just to mention again, our pick of the week was Batman Beyond Universe, number 7. And my pass of the week was Harley Quinn, number 3. You were above a pass of the week.
Yeah, no pass of the week for me. Really good books. Again, the jumping on points, Red Sonja, number 7. And then next month, when you have Batman and Aquaman, number 29, make sure to check out the trade for Red Sonja. And, of course, get your tickets for next month, MegaCon, March 21st to the 23rd at megaconvention.com.
It's coming up fast. Just to talk about MegaCon, if those people who are sitting behind me in the break room are listening, I had to bite my tongue so hard because you were talking about MegaCon, and you got all your information wrong. All of it.
What were they saying?
Well, one girl was talking about, okay, this is what I walked into. I sit down, I got my wrap and my pudding. I got pudding, Dan. I'm sorry. It was chocolate. And I got it for, like, really cheap. Okay, anyway, so I sit down, and I'm so excited to eat this wrap and this pudding. And I hear, MegaCon. I'm like, oh, MegaCon. And then she's like, yeah, I'm going to have my costume by then, so I think I'll just go for the kids. What? What? You're only going to go for the kids? There's no kids at MegaCon. And then some guy's like, oh, I've never been. How much is it to go? And she's like, oh, like $10 or something. What? What? No, it's not. And she goes on, like, I hear her on her phone. Tickets range from $10 to $300. What would you pay $300 for? What? They're celebrities. What are you talking? Let's see. $200 for an autograph? I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about, lady. Just stop saying words. You're on the site and you know. Just stop. So anyway, it made me very upset. I bit my tongue, though, because I don't want to seem like a creepy eavesdropper.
Like, actually, I know the information here.
It's this and this and this. Tickets are this much. You can get them here. And don't wear that silly costume just for the kids, because there'll be no kids there.
You would have been the Frank Underwood of the room. Smartest person there.
I probably would have been. I've been like, I'm in control now.
Mr. President.
We're going to Senate.
I used to be on the edge of the frame. Now I'm 3 feet away from it. Pretty awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's a great
Love
show.
Frank
Guys, watch that show.
House of Cards Season 2. Just went up on Netflix. Watch it.
BT Dubs. Derek Season 2 just finished filming.
Can't wait.
Good job, Ricky Gervais.
Yep.
And
so awesome.
Orange is the New Black Season 2 will start filming soon.
I think it's already done because the preview was at the very end of House of Cards Season 2. Right. Which is not a spoiler because everyone knows about that now.
Oh,
because everyone's seen House of Cards Season 2 except us.
We're getting there.
We gotta
work so we're not broke, and we kind of work opposite hours. So
we do.
Makes it difficult.
So to wrap this up, you can find us on Twitter at Reasons I'm Broke. Let us know the question of the week. Should sites like BleedingCool.com wait a couple of days or whatever before they spoil a book?
You guys can also check us out on iTunes. Search The Reasons I'm Broke. We put up all the latest podcasts there. Leave us a comment and a rating. It'll help other people find us.
Also on YouTube. If you're listening or watching through YouTube, make sure to subscribe. You can also find our latest unboxing videos there as well as the podcast every week.
And we are also up on Stitcher now. So please check us out through there and leave us a comment.
Yeah, don't forget to download the Stitcher app. You can have us on the go on your favorite iDevice or Android.
And that'll do it for this week, guys. Once again, I'm Kelli.
And I'm Daniel.
We'll see you next week.